Hey guys, it's Shannon. I'm in the workshop today. I'm going to be doing another spindle project. I love these so much. And after my plant stand came together so nicely, I thought I'd make another accessory for the living room. If you missed that plant stand tutorial, I will link that down in the description box below, so you can go check that out after this video. However, today I'm going to be creating a farmhouse style ladder for our family room using these salvaged spindles. So let's get started. All right, so here is a look at the supplies I'll be using for this project. I will be using 8-foot long 1x2s that I'm going to cut down to 6.5 feet long, but you can make yours as tall as you'd like. So these are going to be the sides, and then the spindles are going to be the rungs on the ladder. So the space that I have for this ladder is pretty thin, so I'm gonna cut my spindles down to 10 inches long. I should be able to get 2 rungs out of each spindle. These spindles are actually salvaged from an old baby bed, and I showed you how I cut these down in my last plant stand video. Again, I linked that down in the description box for you so you can check out and see how I cut the bed apart to get the spindles off of it. And then for tools, I'll be using my brad nailer with 1 1/4 inch brad nails. I'm also going to be using my miter saw over here, but if you don't have a miter saw, you can also use a miter box for this and a handsaw. And then to finish it, I'm going to be using Rust-Oleum's wood stain in the color Kona. And then the top coat that I'm going to stain these pieces with, I'm going to use this polyacrylic in a gloss finish. All right, so I have this all laid out here. I just kind of want to give you a look at it before I get to sanding and staining. And what I've done here is, like I said, I have 2 1x2s cut down to 6.5 inches tall. And then I have 6 spindle pieces for the rungs, and those are about 9.5 inches wide on mine. So what I've done here is I've measured down 6 inches from the top, and that's where my first rung will go. And then I've spaced them out in 12-inch sections. And now that I have my measurements for whenever it's time to put it together, I'm gonna go ahead and use my orbital sander over there, an 80 grit sandpaper, and sand down the 1x2s, the side pieces. And then I'm going to use some hand sandpaper to just hand sand the ends of these spindles, just to smooth down the edges. All right, so I have everything sanded down now. I'm gonna come in with my Kona wood stain. This is a water-based wood stain, so it'll dry a little bit more quickly, but I'm going to completely stain all of the 1x2s as well as the end pieces on the spindle, so none of that shows whenever I go to put it together. And I'll let this sit for several hours before I add the polyacrylic over the top. All right, so the side pieces are dry now, and I want them to sort of have a shine to them like the spindles do. So I'm going to use this polyacrylic. It is water-based and it's also non-yellowing. And I'm going to be using a gloss finish to give it the glossy look like the spindles, so it all will sort of flow nicely together. After everything had a chance to dry, then it was finally time to put the ladder together. So I just used a marker and my tape measure to measure down 6 inches from the top to mark my first spot where I'd be attaching my first spindle. Next, I came in with my brad nailer and 1 1/4 inch brad nails and attached the spindles to the marks that I made on the side pieces. So I worked on one spindle at a time before I moved on to the next one, and I just repeated that process all the way down. So I'd measure down 12 inches from the next rung and then attach it using 2 nails per side on each spindle. The gloss finish was just a little bit too shiny for me, so I used some sandpaper and hand sanded down the entire thing just to give it more of a rustic and antique finish. And here is a look at our living room's finished new farmhouse style ladder, and I just love the old vintage look that the spindles give to this piece. This really is a simple build, and you could substitute using 1x2s instead of spindles if you aren't able to find those or don't have any on hand. So it's a really easy piece to adjust to create something that works for you and your home. I'm hoping to use this ladder for a cute farmhouse display of family photos and containers to fill with seasonal flowers. But let me know down in the comments below, how would you style your ladder? Would you add blankets to it or other accessories? I'd love to know. I hope that this tutorial inspired you. Make sure to take a second to give this video a thumbs up for me. That helps out my channel so very much. You can also hit the share button underneath this video where you can share this tutorial with your friends and family and inspire them too. Also, please hit that subscribe button and join me here every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday where I bring you new tutorials, DIYs, and new inspiration every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys!